Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of show bet football analysis and predictions. Okay, today is another beautiful Monday morning, the 27th day of May 2024. And as usual, we know that a lot of games are going on across the globe on a daily basis, and we decided to, look into some of these games, and also come up with their very possible, verdict for each of these encounters. All right, today we have a lot of we have 8 games that were selected, and we looked into those 8 games, and we also came up with the best verdict for these very encounters. All right, for those of us who are coming across our video for the very first time, kindly take our time to hit the subscription button down there so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will be coming up on this channel on a daily basis. Okay, uh, have you done that? All right. Without further ado, let's head to the business of the day. And today we are starting with the league in Sweden, where we have AIK who will be up against Goteborg. Okay, as usual, we'll take a look at how they fared from the recent encounters, as well as uh, how they are faring from home and away, respectively. So we look at the home side AIK. In the past 6 games, they have only been able to manage 2 wins, and they've also been able to. They've also lost 4 games out of those 6 games they've had in recent occasions, and also their away side as well. Goteborg have only also been able to achieve 2 wins, as well as 4 losses in the past 6 games they had. And we're bringing it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, because as we'll see that the home side AIK have been able to win 7 games, from home, and they've also had two draws as well as 1 loss in the last 10 home games they've had so far. Okay, and it goes to show that they've been able to win 70% of their home games. They're doing very well at home, and away side on the other hand, Göteborg have actually achieved 5 wins from the past 10 away games they've had so far, and they've also had 4 losses as well as 1 draw in the past in the past 10 games they've had from away. Okay, they're doing average when they're playing from away, and in this very encounter, we also take a look at the goal scoring. We'll see that it has produced a lot of goals for the home side and on the away side altogether. And in this very encounter, we also take a look at how they fared from head-to-head perspective. We saw that the last 2 times both teams met, we saw them playing out a 2-2 draw and also a 1-1 draw. So the last 2 occasions have always resulted to a draw and a goal scoring draw. So in this very encounter, we came to the conclusion that we're going to expect a minimum of 2 goals in this very game. So it is an over 1.5. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that takes us to the very next game, also in Sweden, but Sweden's second division, where we'll have U16 who will be up against the Brage. Okay, U16 have been able to win 3 in the past 6. They've also had 3 losses in the past 6, and also their away side, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 1 draw and 3 losses in the past 6 games I've had so far. And bringing it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, you can see that home side in the past 10 home games have been able to manage 3 wins out of 10 games from home, and they've also had 4 losses as well as 3 draws playing from home. It goes to show that they're not pulling their weight as much when they're playing from home. And the away side, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 4 wins from away. They've also had 2 draws as well as they've also had 3 draws as well as two losses playing from away. Okay, when you put all that together, the results, you see that the away side is slightly better than the home side. Comparing the 2 results from away and also from home, and looking at how they fared from head-to-head perspective, you can as well see that the last time both teams met, we saw the away side Brage playing from away, defeating this side by 3 goals to 1 from away. And prior to that, we also saw Brage from home defeating this side in last year's August, playing out a 3-0 win from home against U16. Okay, so we know that the last 2 times both teams met have always seen their away side, picking up the spoils on those occasions. So we do expect the away side, Brage to achieve some sort of result in this very one. It is away side to either win or draw. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that will take us to the next game. And the next game for today is in German Bundesliga playoffs. Okay. And in German Bundesliga, We have a Fortuna Dusseldorf who's coming from second German division, playing out a playoff with FC Bochum, who actually were in relegation zone in the Bundesliga. So they'll be doing this playoff today, the first leg of the playoff, and we have Fortuna Dusseldorf, who has been able to achieve 4 wins in the last 6 games, and they've also had 2 losses. And Bochum, on the other hand, have achieved 2 wins as well as 4 losses in the last 6 games they've had. And when you take it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, you can always see that Fortuna Dusseldorf in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 6 wins. They've also had 3 losses and 1 draw in the past 10 home games they've had so far. And away side, on the other hand, Bochum have been able to achieve just 1 win from away, and they've also had 1 draw as well as 8 losses. Playing from away, they've not been doing very well, especially when they're playing from away from home. So it shows that they've lost 80% of those away games, and the last time both teams met, which was the first leg of this very playoff, saw Fortuna Dusseldorf defeating this side by 3-0. Okay, that was in last week. Okay, and this is actually the second leg of the playoffs, and we do expect the home side to either win or draw in this very one. Okay, home win or draw. That's our verdict for this very encounter, and that takes us to the very next game for the day, and it is in Egypt, where we have Al Ittihad, who will be up against Zamalek. Okay, Ittihad in the past 6 have been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 4 losses in the recent 6 games they had. And the away side, on the other hand, have also, Zamalek have managed 3 wins as well as 3 losses too in the past 6 games they had. And then when you take it down to how they fared from, home and away, respectively, we can as well see that the home side, Al Ittihad, have managed to achieve 3 wins playing from home. They've also had 3 losses as well as 4 draws playing from home. As a matter of fact, they had 4 straight draws playing from home. And away side, on the other hand, Zamalek have been able to achieve 4 wins from away, and they've also had 4 losses playing from away, and as well as 2 draws from away. Okay, and when you put all the results together, you see that an away team who had gotten 4 victories from away is slightly better than the home side who have won only 3 games from home. So when you put all that together, and also when you take a look at how both sides fared from head-to-head perspective, the last 2 times both sides met, saw Zamalek defeating this side on each occasion. The first one being by 2-1, and also the other one by 3-0. So in this very encounter, we also expected Zamalek, who has been the better side in recent occasions, to rise to the occasion in this very one, and achieve some sort of result in this. So they are expected to either win or draw in this very encounter. Away side to win or draw. That's our verdict with that very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game we have is in Peru, where we have Union Comercio coming up against Cienciano. Okay, Comercio in the home side have lost the entire 6 games they've had in recent occasions, and now on their way side have been able to achieve 2 wins out of 6 games, and they've also had 4 losses. And when you bring it down to how both sides have fared from their home and away perspective, you could see that the home side, Union Comercio, have managed just 1 win out of the past 10 games they've had, and they've also had 5 draws as well as 4 losses in the past 10 home games. They've only managed just 1 win, and their away side, on the other hand, Cienciano, have been able to achieve 4 wins playing from away, as well as 4 losses and also 2 draws from away. So it goes to show that their away side is quite better, seeing that they've been able to win 40% of their away matches that they've had so far in the recent 10 games. And the last time both teams met, saw the home side actually claiming victory. And also prior to that, we saw Cienciano, defeating the side by 3-1. And in these very occasions, we do expect a goals verdict. We expect to see at least an over 1.5 in this very encounter, 2 goals minimum coming up in this very game. That's our verdict, and that will take us to the very next game. And the next game that we have is in Korea League, where we have Ansan Greeners who will be up against Busan IPark. Okay, Ansan Greeners have not been able to win any match in the past 6 games. They've lost the entire 6 games, and their away side have Busan Park have managed 3 wins out of 6 as well as 3 losses, and taking it down to how they fared from home and away perspective, you can as well see that home side Ansan Green have managed just 1 win in the past 10 home games, and they've also had 1 draw, but they have lost 8 of those 10 games they've had from home. It goes to show that they are not doing very well when playing from home. So on the away side, on the other hand, Busan IPark have been able to achieve 7 victories even playing from away. They've also had 2 losses and just 1 draw, playing from away. Okay, they are a very good side, and they have won 70% of their away games, so we expect them to rise to the occasion in this very one. Also, what they've mentioned is the fact that the last 3 head-to-head meetings for both sides have always seen Busan IPark defeating this side on those 3 occasions. So we do expect the away side to rise to the occasion and win outrightly in this very encounter. It is away side to win. That's our verdict for that very encounter, and that takes us to the next game. And the next game is in Norwegian First Division, where we have Sandnes off coming up against Kongsvinger. All right, the home side Sandnes have been able to win 3 in the past 6. They've also had 3 losses, as well as also the away side have also had 3 wins and 3 losses in the past 6 games they've had so far. So when you take it down to how both sides fared from home and away, you could see that the home side have been able to achieve 4 wins out of 10 games. They've also had 6 losses in the past 10 games they've had, and also the away side, on the other hand, have had 5 wins from away, as well as 3 losses and 2 draws playing from away. So when you put all that together, you see that these 2 teams are quite balanced, and what they have mentioned is the fact that the last 4 games for the home side have always seen them playing out an over 2.5. They've been scoring a lot of goals in their home matches, and the last 10 home games they've had have produced a lot of goals, have produced over 2.5 on 8 occasions out of 10, and their away side have also seen a very similar situation. Their matches producing a lot of high scoring encounters. So we do expect to see a lot of goals flying in this very encounter. Seeing that the last time both teams met, they also saw them playing out over 2.5 on the last 2 occasions that they met. Okay, we do expect over 2.5 minimum in this very game. A minimum of 3 goals. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that takes us to the very next game, which are going to be the last for the day, also in Norwegian Second Division, where we have Valerenga 2 who will be up against Skeid. Okay, Valerenga 2 have lost the entire 6 games they've had so far in the recent games, and Skeid, on the other hand, have been able to win 4 games out of the past 6, and also they've had 2 losses in the past 6 games they've had so far. And then bringing it down to how both sides fare from home and away perspective, you can also see that the home side, Valerenga 2, have been able to achieve 3 wins in the past 10 games. They've also had 7 losses. They have lost 7 home games, in the past 10 home games they've played so far. They've been able to manage just 3 wins, and it goes to show that they're doing poorly, playing from home. And the away side, on the other hand, Skeid have also been able to achieve 5 wins out of 10 away games. They've also had 4 losses as well as 1 draw. Okay, as a matter of fact, they've won their last 5 away games on a stretch. They've been winning all the away games in the past 5 away games they've had so far. It goes to show that they're a team in fine form at the moment, and when you compare both sides, you expect to see the away side rising to the occasion, seeing that they've been winning their matches convincingly. And we do expect the away side, Skeid, who has been in fine form, to rise to the occasion in this very game. It is our side that's expected to win outrightly. That's our verdict for that very encounter, and that brings our predictions and our tips on Betkraft to a conclusion today. And remember to play safe. Remember to play with what you can afford to lose. And it's only a football game, and it can happen. All right. And I wish you the very best of luck. Tomorrow is another big day, and I wish to see you here again tomorrow. But until then, keep winning.